Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Motorboating with Mammeries. This is Tanks for the Mammeries and we're playing World of Warships. I decided yesterday I hadn't played World of Warships in a while, and so I thought I would get in and do a few ranked battles to try and build up some flags and things like that so I could use them on my ships. When you start playing ranked battles and you work your way through it, every time you win you tend to get quite a few flags and things. So thought I'd go ahead and build up some inventory there and make a little cash. And here I am in one of my games. So this is a Tier 6 match. And we got aircraft carriers in it. I've decided to play the Grimyashi. And, it's a Tier 5 Soviet destroyer. And it's been a while since I've been in. So let's go ahead and get into the game here and just kind of see what happens. So we've decided we're going to try and take B and C, and I decide to go ahead and get on out there pretty quick into the match and do what I can to begin to cap out some of these capture points. And if you notice when you're playing in ranked battles, you don't have as many ships per side as you do when you play in regular battles. So you got to pay more attention to what you're doing because your contribution to the team is much more significant because of the fewer number of ships. It's about half as many ships. So we're trying to figure out, us three destroyers on our team here, what we're going to do and who's going to go cover what. And I figured since the Minakaze was probably the sneakiest of the destroyers, he should be the one to go cap out B. But it looks like he was heading for C, so anyway, decided that since the Minakaze wasn't really paying attention, but the Farragut was, that I'd go down and try and support B. And I think that the Minakaze figured it out. He read his chat by that point in time. So Farragut's going to head over to C, and the Minakaze's going to take B. And as I watch what those guys are doing, go ahead and just get myself at least over here to support both of them. So I'll speed it up a little bit till we start seeing some enemy ships. And there's the enemy Nicholas. So I start putting some shots into that Nicholas. I'm trying to anyway. They're all just a little low. I'm spotted, but they're just not. They're just hitting right next to him. None of them are going in. So they're starting to get some hits at that point. Got the line on him. Our Farragut put some torpedoes out there. More of them coming in the other side. This ship's got really good guns. And I think that Nicholas is probably, at this point in time, not real happy that he's still making the run. Those just don't clear. So I'm decided I'm going to spin around and head back the other way and see if I can't put some more into that Nicholas. But I think he's going to die here pretty quick. So our Minakaze took some hits finally coming around the corner there. Speed it up again a little bit here for us. Now I'm going to slow down. Slow down the replay here. Try to get some shots in there on that Cleveland. And it's about time for me to start taking some serious fire. I know I'm pretty far out for torpedo range, but I'm figuring those guys are coming this direction, at least the Aoba is. And if he continues to make his way in, by the time my torpedoes get to that range, he ought to probably be right in the area. So things have kind of settled down for a minute. They have lost one destroyer. And we're capping out B. Don't quite get over that island. There goes one torpedo hit there. That was good news. So we got a little flooding going on. I got spotted. And there's obviously a destroyer over there that's dropping torpedoes against our farragut. So I'm going to see if I can round the corner and hit any of these guys. Because they're all within range now, so if I can just sneak around. Got spotted, but I want to go ahead and get my torpedoes in the water. I know there's going to be incoming fire here pretty quick. But there comes the incoming fire. And try and just get the hell out of Dodge. But we got B capped out. We're ahead on points. Going after that Minakaze because he got spotted. Good hit on him. And there goes a good torpedo hit. Got 2 torpedo hits there. So sank something, which makes me happy. It didn't take a whole lot of damage doing it. And I got some good shots in on the Minakaze, so I was pleased with how that all worked out. And this is where I bang into my own guy. Sorry about that. Whoops. Yeah, I know, I was too busy watching. So I apologize to him for that. But there's a smoke screen, so I'm actually okay right at the moment. See if I can get some more. Well, the Cleveland's down, so I don't have to worry about him. Let's speed up a little bit again. So I'm going to go over and try and chase that Minakaze down that I saw that disappeared over this way. And I'm hoping I can catch up to him. But he's going to end up going after our carrier. I can't get him from around that island there. But I didn't want to pop out on the right side of the island just because I thought he might put some torpedoes in my direction. But at this point in time, I know our carrier's back there, so me and the Farragut are trying to watch this guy. And I'm just not able to catch him. So, trying to take shots on him, and he gets sunk by the carrier's torpedo planes. So, that was good. Basically, they got 2 battleships and the carrier left, and I've decided now's time for me to go carrier hunting. So, that's what I'm going to do. I should be able to put some torpedoes on that guy. Getting close enough. So since he's not paying any attention to me right now, I get over here, I'm able to launch the torpedoes, and that's when the boat pops up. So I get the torpedoes off to the New Mexico, and then I go to start hunting the bogue. And as I get to where this island protects me from the New Mexico, get ready to start shooting the bogue, the torpedoes hit the New Mexico and sink him, and that is the end of that fight. So ended up with 19 hits, 4 torpedoes, 2 ships sunk, 4 floodings, 323,889 credits, 4,643 experience, all in a pretty good fight there. So now we're going to move on to the USS Texas. So take a look at this one. So after playing the Grimyashi and doing the destroyer thing, I figured I'd go ahead and try my Texas out. So here I am. Again, it's a Tier 6 fight. We've got a couple of carriers in the game, and just one destroyer on each team, a whole bunch of cruisers and battleships. So I decided this is probably a pretty good fight for the Texas. And my idea was here in the beginning to stay fairly close to the Bogue because I've got all these anti-aircraft guns. And I thought, well, if I could get somewhere between him and where the incoming strikes were going to be, but still get close enough where I could have my main guns in play, that would be a pretty good way to start out. And then we get this guy, Cold Blue Steel, who tells me I shouldn't do that. And, at first I was kind of like, what? But actually, Cold Blue Steel, I'll give him props, turned out to be a pretty good guy with a plan, made a lot of sense. And so, even though I'm going to take my time getting into the fight, just to make sure stuff is spotted and I can start using my guns properly, that his plan was a good plan. So props to Cold Blue Steel. In the meantime, our carrier, I don't know if he had some lag or problems getting into the game or whatever, but he did not really factor into this game for us. And again, as I said in the last match, since there are much fewer ships in ranked battles, you really do need to make sure you stay in play and do the best you can for your team, because it's just half the number of ships that you have in a normal match, and your play makes a much bigger difference. So, as you can see, I'm not quite up to full speed. I am trying to move a little closer to the middle of the map so I can do some supporting. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit. Here we go. Trying to make my way in here, and we get the Fuso out there in the Congo, so those get spotted. I try and I got spotted as well, so I was trying to avoid the incoming fire. And now we start putting our guns in. So I was way ahead of him on shots there, trying to find the right range. And I'm looking pretty close with those. They're just a little over. But now that I've got like the proper lead, I go ahead and unleash the rest of my batteries there. And I get a Citadel. That is not bad. So right off the bat, that Fuso's already taken a big ol' hit. And because this ship has so many guns, if you don't fire them, all at once, you can actually keep a very, very steady rate of fire up. Pardon me. I don't know if his angle if he's changing angle or what. He's certainly slowing down at this point. So I've got to readjust my lead. And I'm starting to take fire from somebody over the other way. And here comes some incoming. Those are looking pretty good. But just bracketing him. Figured I'd try and get another grouping into him before he went behind that island. They're right on target. 2 more hits on him there. So while it's not the most accurate spread in the world, I was able to put some good shots into him. And now that he's decided to turn around and come back the other way, I get more shots on him. So that makes me happy. I'll let him get broadside to me. Go ahead and fire my guns because I've got incoming. So I'm going to need to start maneuvering, but I want to go ahead and get all the rounds out if I could. And we get a couple of more good hits on him, so 12,000 more out of the 6 hits. So our CV has finally decided to start moving. And I've got a lot of incoming from that Fuso. Try to angle a little bit. He gets me for a pretty good lick. Now they've got a lot of ships coming up the 8 line. And the problem I have is I'm kind of stuck here. If I try to spin around, I'm going to take a whole bunch of fire. Now, I saw these torpedo bombers coming in, but I thought that because these were basically bogues, that I would be able to take them all out before they could make a run on me, and it didn't happen, so I was a little late turning, but I did manage to knock a couple of them down. And while that was happening, I got another Citadel on one of those, I guess it was the Fuso. So I decided I better go ahead and take the turn while the Fuso's reloading, and I'm just going to have to take some hits because there's just nothing can be done about it if we're going to try and defend this other side of the map. So I'm taking a lot of damage on fire, and I'm stuck in a crossfire between these guys. So I took a big old hit there, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I'm going as fast as I can to try and get back out of here. I'm angling my ship so that I'm making it difficult for them to actually hit me, but then they get a real good couple of hits on me there. It was very painful. It's 10,000 damage, so good Citadel work on that. And I'm doing the best I can to just get over there as quickly as possible. Now the Farragut's pulled out. He took a big old hit. But that gives me the opportunity to come around here and hit these guys. And I'm still taking fire from behind, but that Cleveland is just super close. And I know that I can take that Cleveland out. The biggest concern I have is the Omaha, because if the Omaha gets close enough, he can put torpedoes into me. So I've got to get rid of the Cleveland, which I did, and then I turned my sights to the Omaha. So I want to get him dead before he can take me out. And I'm still on fire. There's not a whole lot I can do about the damage I'm taking. Got about 5 seconds left, so there goes the Omaha. Got a good Citadel hit on him and took him out of the game. So all that's left now is the Congo that I really have to worry about. I'm so far away from New York that there's not a lot he's going to be able to do to hit me without a lucky shot. So in the meantime, the Congo's 9 kilometers away. I need to start putting some good hits on that guy and go ahead and try and repair my ship as well. So need to hit that repair key, get that thing fixed. But in the meantime, put good shots into the Congo. So I'm taking the Congo's guns out, as you can see. Took 2 of his main guns out, getting some decent shots into him. And yeah, so we're way ahead on points. We're going to end up winning this game, just like we did the last one. I'll put up the post-game stats after this, and then I've got one more fight for you in the Warspite. So I really did enjoy playing this battle with the Texas. It was a lot of fun. I love getting the Citadels, obviously, and like just whittling this Congo down. So thanks for watching these guys. I will catch you on the next one. There's a high caliber and 3 Citadels, and like I said, I'll put up the post-game stats next, and then we'll move on to the Warspite. It's all over but the crying at this point. All right, 407,000 credits, 6,400 experience, high caliber, 3 ships sunk, 3 Citadels, good fight. All right. Well, after having so much fun in the Texas in the last battle and getting the high caliber, I decided to go ahead and play the Warspite. So I threw some flags on it, and I'm liking this TOG-style desert camouflage. And thought we'd go ahead and just see what we could do in this one, in this fight as well. So I'll speed up a little bit so we get into the fight here. This one, we do not have any aircraft carriers, so it's a pretty significantly Tier 6 fight. And I know with the Warspite, I'm going to have to get a little bit closer than I did in the Texas. So I'm going to try and make my way down to be like that sort of first line after the cruisers. Our destroyers, it's really evenly matched. We got, 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, 3 destroyers on both teams. And our destroyers seem to be playing fairly aggressive, the Kamikaze and the Mitsuki. And their enemy destroyers are also playing very aggressively. There's a Nicholas there. And I'm going to screw around, try and do a little shooting at the Nicholas. I'm not going to have a whole lot of luck with it, but the dude is sailing pretty much sideways on. So I'm leading him just a little bit too far. And my plane is back. I've set my plane up fairly early. But I know he's out there. But I've got a better target to shoot at. So get the guns reloaded and start putting some fire into that Congo. He's behind the smoke screen now. But those look like they would be pretty good, but I just only got 1 hit out of that. So, since can't see him anymore, but I do have incoming fire, I'm going to go ahead and put some shots towards that Mitsuki. And I start taking hits from the Congo. At this point, I can see everybody. So I've got a good hit on the Cleveland. I get more fire coming in from the Aoba and some torpedoes. So this is going to be ugly. I didn't think that I was within range of those guys. I really didn't. But I took some pretty significant damage. Go ahead and use my repair kit to stop the flooding. Use my damage control party to try and reduce some of the damage I'd taken. And see if I can't get towards these islands and get under some cover. But just as I thought I was going to be okay, I take a huge hit there. Sailing broadside onto all those guys. But what do? So try and switch the angle and alter my speed a little bit in hopes that that'll throw off somebody's aim for a minute or two. They also have some other things to worry about besides me. But once again, spotted. So see if I can put some shots down there on the Congo. Only 1 hit. Had pretty good lead on him. Now I've got another gun in the game. Should be right about there. Spotted. I don't know where those went. Anyway, I should have some shots on him now. Guns just didn't quite make it over that ridge. Looks like the Congo turned around. So at this point, I don't have a lot to shoot at. So let's just speed up a little bit. Try and get to where I can get around the corner with this Fuso. And try and get up here where I can put some more shots into people. Got a couple of hits on the Congos. I came between those islands. And then now we've got... I thought I just had a New Mexico to shoot at. But turns out there's an Aoba there as well. So I am going to be the recipient of all their fire. And I'm trying to angle my ship. But I took a good pounding, I guess, from the New Mexico. And try to stay angled. Keep my forward guns on the New Mexico. There was a good bounce. But my rear guns can fire at the Aoba. So I'm getting some hits, and then I get a big old whack to his Citadel. So that makes him not quite as brave as he was before. He's trying to run away. Lights me on fire. I don't care. Take him out. because he was a pain in the ass. And it does leave me with a New Mexico at this point. So, again, I get whacked, but I do have the damage control ability. Go ahead and try and get that fixed up again, but then I'm able to miss those torpedoes the Aoba fired before he died, and that means I'm just going to hunt down this New Mexico. It's the last ship in the fight, and he's hurting pretty bad, so got a high caliber for that one. I'll put the post-game stats up next. That's pretty much the end of this battle. It's all over but the crying, and that's that. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, this is Tanks with Mammeries. Motorboating with Mammeries is a series. We are playing World of Warships. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate y'all's support. I am moving to Tennessee from Virginia this week, and so this will probably be my last video for a while. Oh, look at that. I managed to kill him right after he killed me, so that was the end of that battle. Very good game. Again, some nice rewards there. 296,000 credits, 4,500 experience. So, again, thanks for the Mammeries playing World of Warships. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate your support, and do stay tuned for more videos after I get to Tennessee. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you later.